I have here a multi-screwdriver with a bit set, a stubby screwdriver, some blue masking tape, painter's tape, and a Sharpie so I can label the drives. I also am going to take the opportunity to give it a good air blast on the inside. Today I'm going to try and replace the backplane to my FreeNAS, which is an iXsystems Mini XL. Here's the new part they sent me with the return label. Before we begin, we're going to want to label the drives, so I'm going to remove the drives sequentially, starting from the top, label them, and set them aside. I'll go ahead and label this one before moving on to the rest. To begin disassembling the case, begin with the thumb screws. There are 4 thumb screws on the back. Set them aside. If you're facing the back of the appliance, the case pulls towards you. And then lifts up. You can set the case aside. Inside here, it's hard to see, but this is the board we're going to replace. And in order to replace it, we're going to remove this whole assembly. We must first free up these cables from the top. Disconnect the power elements in there and the drive cables here, and then we'll slide it out. I'm going to start by cutting this zip tie right here, freeing this top power cable, and disconnecting it from this side. Hold this power. The next zip tie to remove is this one here. Be careful when cutting any of these zip ties. It's tied around that metal stud in there. Alright, that's going to free up these blue cables at the top. That should be it for zip ties. Now I believe we just have to disconnect these 4 cables here. We'll start with the bottom. It's going to be important to put them back in the same order. I think leaving them there, they're kind of bent in the shape of where they were, so I don't think I'm going to get those mixed up. Now to pull out this entire assembly, we need to take out this screw over here on this side. Now I'm going to use the stubby screwdriver, backing that out. And the assembly should slide out. Or we can replace the backplane and put it back in. Here's our old one. Here's our new one. So it looks like to take it off of this metal frame, there's just a screw here. It looks like it's held in place. So if we take this screw out, it should slide out this way, and we can put the new one in by sliding in that way and screwing it together. Here's our new one, back in the metal assembly. Here's our old one. We're going to put it back in the package to ship it back. When this metal assembly slides in, there are a couple of hooks and catches that need to hook in here, and the two catches in the back. So I'm going to try to carefully slide this in and put the screw back in here in this screw hole. Okay, snug it up a bit. Okay, now it's screwed in. I'll begin connecting the cables. We have to connect the drive cables back to where they came from, as well as route these blue ones. They go up here and sit on top, as well as reconnect the power we disconnected from over here. And tuck the cables back away. I'll start with the top one in just sort of reverse order that I unplugged in. They're snapping in really snug. Went in with relative ease. The two long blue cables, I'll route them back up in the same location. Now, while I'm here, I just so happen to have some tiny white zip ties. Try to get them back the way they were. Now that stubborn power cable at the top. Really snug fit, really snug. And here we have replaced the backplane. I don't believe we missed any cables. I think we are good to go. Just doing some cleanup, some touch up. What I'm going to do before I put the outer case back on, I'm going to load the drives. I'm going to take it back downstairs, cable it in, and make sure it comes up fine. And recognize the drives, make sure everything's okay. And then I'll do a graceful shutdown. And I hope this was informative on how to replace the backplane here. I'll probably cut this video down so you might hear my voice in and out. Thanks for watching. And here's the NAS back in its natural habitat, and all 4 drive sleds have their LEDs illuminated. This was the issue we were trying to solve. Thank you.